Hello, everyone. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Happy Monday. We are going to look at example 1. We should all be on page 400, and we're doing lesson 7-5, determine outcomes of compound events. So, if we look at example 1, it says Haley has 2 sisters and no brothers. Josh has 2 brothers and no sisters. They wonder what the chances are in a family with 3 children that the children will be all boys or all girls. How can they determine all possible combinations of boys and girls in a given family with 3 children? So the first thing I want to do, when they have their first child, they are either going to have a boy or a girl, correct? I'm going to put child 1. C1, that's child 1. They're either going to have a boy or a girl. If they have a boy, then they could have another boy or a girl. If they have a girl, they could have another boy or a girl. Okay, that is child 2. These are all the possible outcomes. If you have a boy, you could have a boy. If you have a boy, you could have a girl. If you have a girl, you could have a boy. If you have a girl, you could have a girl. These are all our possible outcomes. Now, let's do child 3. If it's a boy, it can have a boy or a girl. If it's a girl, you can have a boy or a girl, and so on and so forth. So, now we have the options to have a boy or a girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. These are compound events. One thing must happen in order for something else to happen. They are trying to figure out how many possible outcomes they could have. So, how many possible outcomes could I have? Okay, so now we want to do our try it. I am going to ask you guys to stop here, fill out your try it. It says, Jorge will flip 2 quarters at the same time. Complete the tree diagram and then list the sample space of this compound event. Use H for heads and T for tails. So we're trying to figure out quarter 1, he either lands on heads or he lands on something else. And then option for quarter 2, what are your options? Okay, hopefully you did that. We should have it filled out like this. In your sample space, my options are head, 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 tail. Can you see that? Tail, head, or tail, tail. Okay, let's look at example 2. I'm trying to figure out how many different combinations are possible. So it says a game is played by spinning 2 spinners shown. Players match the results of the spinners to the combinations on their game cards. How many possible combinations, or how many different combinations are possible? So my first spin, how many different combinations could I have? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 different spaces. 6 different things I could land on. If I go to wheel 2, I want both of these things to happen. How many are there? There's another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if we look over here, they have made a table for us. My combinations, just like I think on Monday we worked on this. So a week ago, we had the sample spaces. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means our total amount of outcomes is 6 times 6. 6 times 6 is, let's hope everyone said, 36. So my total amount of outcomes is 36. Okay, let's look at example 3. These are 2 different things. I'm still trying to figure out the total amount of outcomes. I'm even going to tell you guys, you do not need to create this list right now. I'm just trying to figure out how many outcomes. There are 6 different outcomes on this, and how many different outcomes there? It's a heads or a tails. So I have 2 different outcomes there. So in order to figure out the total different combinations, the total outcomes, I do 6 times 2, which gives me a final answer of 12 possible outcomes. So to figure out, I'm not putting this in fraction form. I'm just trying to figure out how many outcomes. To figure out how many outcomes, I take whatever my sample is here. So this has 6 sides. Whatever my sample is here, this has 2 sides. I multiply them together. Your IXL is going to look exactly like this. Okay, and the last thing we are going to do is the try it. I want you guys to do that right now. Okay, hopefully we have solved that. First of all, a bag contains tiles labeled with the letters A, B, and C. There are 3 different types of letters. It is also, a box comes in numbers 1, 2, and 3. There are 3 different types of numbers. If I multiply them together, I end up with 9 different outcomes. I could also list them. For B, I could have B1, I could have B2, I could have B3. For A, I could have A1, A2, A3. A1 is a type of sauce, I think. And for C, I could have C1, C2, C3. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different outcomes. Okay, you guys are going to work in your workbooks. We are doing questions 4, maybe. You are doing questions 4 all the way to 10. Please be nice to your sub, and I will see you all on Tuesday. Actually, we're going to have another video like this tomorrow, so I will see everyone tomorrow on YouTube, but I will see everyone in person on Wednesday. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you have any questions on any of this, just let me know.